Hello, friends. Did you know that AI automation is going to become a trillion-dollar industry in coming years? All big companies already understand this, and that's why you are seeing so many automation tools flooding in the market these days. And one such example is InVideo.in. It's a platform that can automatically generate a full video for you. You just give it a topic and it creates the entire video for you. Sounds exciting, right? But in today's video, we are not going to talk about InVideo. Instead, I will show you how to build a similar automation yourself, step by step. And the best part, you don't need to be a coding expert. So here is what we are going to do. Based on any given topic, we will generate the most suitable intent. Then we will create a complete script for platforms like YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. And finally, we are going to generate voiceover using 11 Labs API or OpenAI text to speech API. All of this, the entire automation, we will be building through Langflow. If you don't know, Langflow is a low code platform to build AI applications. It gives you a visual interface where you can drag and drop blocks to design automation flows. But at the same time, it's flexible so you can write your own custom code if you want more control. After building this automation, we will also see how we can integrate this flow into any application. Alright, so let's start with the installation and the setup process. Langflow is an open source tool and the setup is easy to follow. You can always check the GitHub repository for the detailed instruction. Let me walk you through step by step. First, make sure your system has Python and its version should be between 3.10 to 3.13. Along with Python, you also need to have UV installed, which is package manager. Once that's done, installing Langflow is simple. You just need to run this particular command. This will make sure all the required libraries get installed on your local machine. After installation, you can launch Langflow with the below command. This will start the Langflow server on your local machine and you can access it on your port 7860. So that's the default port where you can access your Langflow. Now, in case you prefer using Docker or desktop version, that's also possible. And in fact, the Langflow team recommends the desktop app. Personally, I have installed the desktop version because it's quick and hassle-free. Alright, once you open Langflow, whether you are using browser version or the desktop app, the interface looks almost the same. Let me quickly walk you through the UI. On the left side, you will find the navigation panel. This is where you can create and manage your projects. On the right side, you will be working on your flows. Basically, the automation inside the project. A flow in Langflow simply means one complete automation. And yes, inside a single project, you can create multiple flows depending on what you are building. Now, if you look at the top right corner, you will see notification for Langflow updates whenever there is a new version available. You will also find quick links to GitHub repository, the Discord community, notification and settings. You will also find links to Langflow documentation and their official Twitter handle right in this section. In the general settings, you can set up your profile picture, account details. Here, you'll also find something called MCP servers. So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. Using MCP, you can actually access your flows either as client or expose them as a server. Now below that, you have APIs key section. Langflow allows you to expose your automation as a RESTful services. To access them securely, you need an API key, which you can generate right here. Then comes global variable. This is really handy feature because it lets you define variable once and use them across multiple flows. It saves time and keeps things organized. Next, you have Shortcuts tab. By default, Langflow comes with some predefined keyboard shortcuts, and you can customize them as per your workflow. And finally, there is this Messages tab. Every time you run a flow, the logs get recorded here. So if something goes wrong in your automation, you can always come back and check what really happened. To create a new flow, simply click on the New Flow button. When you do that, a pop-up will appear with three quick start templates. One will be basic prompting, and then you will see vector store rag, and then the simple agent. These are ready-made blueprints to get you started. And if you want more, you will find additional templates in the All Templates section. They are also categorized by the use case and methodology. So you can go ahead and explore and get an idea of what's all possible with Langflow. Let's start from scratch. So we will click on the blank flow and build everything step by step. Alright, if you can follow on the left hand side, you will see a list of ready to use components. You can simply drag and drop these into your workspace to build your automation. Let me quickly explain the basic building blocks you'll need to create any flow. To provide input, you will need to have a chat input component, and to receive output, you need to have a chat output component. In between, you will need an agent or language model component which takes the input and process it and give it back to you. Now, once you connect these, you can test your flow in Playground. The Playground looks similar to ChatGPT. You can type messages, create new chats, or even delete the old ones. Each component also shows how long it took to process the request, which helps you optimize the performance. Alright, now let's come back to our main goal, automating the voiceover generation. To make it easier, we will break the whole process into chunks. One, intent generation. So, first, we will create an agent that generates the intent for a given topic. Example, when you provide a topic like AI and its use cases, it should generate an intent whether you want a content focused towards education or a business, and based on that, it will approach towards the topic. Now, the second agent which we'll create is script generator. Once the intent is clear, we will move to script writing. For example, if the topic is top 5 chat based LLMs, the script generator will write the entire narration introducing models like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Llama, and Mistral in a way that fits the platform. For example, a 60-second TikTok script will be short and catchy, while YouTube script can be more detailed. Now, as we are ready with our script, we will move forward to text to speech generation. So we'll bring an voice actor using AI tools like 11 Labs or OpenAI text to speech model.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
The script will be converted into realistic human voice. So instead of you sitting with mic, AI will do the voiceover for you. Finally, we will save the audio file on our local system to use it based on our use case.
Want to make money while you sleep? Here are 5 proven passive income ideas you can start today.
Now let me show you the flow I have created. Like any other Langflow project, we start with chat input component. This is where we provide the main topic. Along with the topic, I have also added some default inputs like platform and duration, so we can control whether the script is for YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. All this input is then passed to intent generator agent. Here is what this agent does. First, it generates the top 3 possible intents for a given topic. Then it selects the best intent out of those 3. Finally, it creates a new prompt which includes all the original topic, platform, duration, and even the chosen intent. This means the intent generator not only decides the direction of the content but also prepares a ready to use prompt. And then the prompt is sent to a script generator agent. And this is the instruction we have given to script generator agent, basically to produce the engaging and compelling script. Once the script is ready, we send it to a component that uses OpenAI text to speech model. Here is something interesting. If you can follow this OpenAI text to speech API, you can see that this is also a Langflow automation. All right. Langflow already comes with a pre-built API request component that lets you call any API. But I wanted a customized version tailored to my use case. So I built a new component following API request component. So this component takes the script, send it to OpenAI text to speech API and produces the audio output. Once we have the audio, we need to save it somewhere. For that, I have added a file saver component, and this is also a custom built component as I wanted audio file to store locally on my system. Langflow supports multiple databases, and in case if you want to save it to DB, you can of course do it. Now, instead of just saving the file with random names, I wanted each file have a meaningful name. So I created another small agent that takes the topic and generates a clean file name. For example, if the topic is top 5 sites for developers, the agent will generate a name like 5 best dev sites with timestamp and with suffix like mp3. This way, every file is organized and easily recognizable. And that's the complete flow. Alright, now let's run our flow and see how it performs. For this demo, I will give it a simple topic, ideas for passive income. Once the topic is submitted, you can actually sit back and just watch how the flow executes. Each component processes the input, produces its output, and then passes it to the next component automatically. The great thing is, Langflow also shows you the execution time, and that too on each step. So if something is running slow, you can know exactly where the bottleneck is. Another powerful feature is parallel execution. If one component sends its output to two different components, both will run at the same time without waiting for each other. This makes your automations much faster and more efficient. Now let's check the final result. The Flu has generated the audio file and it's saved in our configured folder. Let me quickly open that folder and play the audio for you.
Want to start building passive income this week? Here are 3 ideas you can launch without quitting your job. Number 1, digital downloads. Create simple templates, planners, or guides and sell them on Etsy or Gumroad.
Once you're happy with your flow, the next step is to integrate it with the external systems. And the Langflow gives you multiple ways to do that. Just click on the share button and you will see 4 main options. One is the API access. This is the most powerful option. Your entire flow is exposed as an API, which means you can call it from anywhere, your app, Postman, or even directly from a terminal. Whenever the API is triggered, your flow runs and produces the result. Alright, let's move to the next one, export. So this option gives you the power to export your flow as a simple JSON file. Anyone else can then import that JSON into their own Langflow and instantly replicate the same automation you have built. The next one is MCP server. This one's a bit advanced but super interesting. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. With this, you can expose your Langflow as an MCP server. Any MCP compatible client like Cloud Desktop can connect to it and run the flow. If you want a deeper dive, there are dedicated videos about MCP setup on the Langflow YouTube channel. You can go ahead and explore that. Alright, the last one is the embed. So you can even embed your flow directly as a chat widget on a website. Imagine visitors typing a topic and instantly generating output powered by your automation. Pretty cool, right? Now, for our use case, we will go ahead with the API access. That way, we can simply provide a topic and instantly generate the voiceover. I have now integrated this flow into a simple application which I built using Cursor. All I have to do is enter a topic here and it generates the complete voiceover automatically. To make it easier to play the audio, I also created a separate section where the latest generated audio file always appear on the top. That way, you can quickly listen to the most recent output without searching around.
Want to start building passive income this week? Here are 3
If you
ideas
found
you
this
can launch
tutorial
without quitting
helpful,
your job.
don't forget to
Number
like
1.
this video
Digital
and drop a
downloads.
comment with word
Create simple
Langflow.
templates.